India, I think we're making a big mistake with India. So, like, at the end of the day, I think, back also on my list of top 20 things that I would be critical of this administration for is pissing off all of our allies. America first is one thing. America alone is a disastrous policy. And America that's not a good friend or partner or ally to Europe, to Japan, is a weak America. What we're doing right now is giving the Heisman to the rest of the world. And if we think they're going to sit around and wait for us to come back, I worry we won't.
We're making a big mistake with India. A sharp warning from former US Commerce Secretary Gina Raimondo, who has launched a scathing attack on President Donald Trump's foreign and trade policies. Speaking at the Harvard Kennedy School, Raimondo accused the Trump administration of alienating allies and weakening America's global influence. In a candid conversation with former Treasury Secretary Lawrence Summers, Raimondo didn't mince her words. She said, "America first is one thing. America alone is a disastrous policy." Raimondo argued that Washington's isolationist approach has pissed off all our allies, from Europe to Japan, damaging decades of strategic and economic partnerships.
Back also on my list of top 20 things that I would be critical of this administration for is pissing off all of our allies. America first is one thing. America alone is a disastrous policy. And America that's not a good friend or partner or ally to Europe, to Japan, is a weak America. So I don't think we can be effective without strong relationships with Europe, or for much of Southeast Asia for that matter. And I wish that we would have much stronger commercial relationships with Europe. I just gave you the example of ASML. I think there's so much more we could do with Europe's economy, and in Southeast Asia, and with Japan, and with Korea, than we're doing now. India, I think we're making a big mistake with India. So, like, at the end of the day, I think, what's America? We have a culture of risk-taking that's unique. We have a culture of entrepreneurship that's unique.
Her remarks come amid growing trade tensions between Washington and New Delhi. The Trump administration recently doubled tariffs on Indian goods to 50%, citing India's continued purchase of Russian crude oil. Raimondo warned that this move risks alienating a key partner at a time when India's global influence is rising. She said the US should be building stronger ties, not creating rifts with India.
Like, at the end of the day, I think, what's America? We have a culture of risk-taking that's unique. We have a culture of entrepreneurship that's unique. We have rich and deep capital markets better than the rest of the world. And we are at our best when we're leading and drawing the world to us. As friends, not as we're in charge. And what we're doing right now is giving the Heisman to the rest of the world. And if we think they're going to sit around and wait for us to come back, I worry we won't. That's another thing China does well. China is right there every day. In Europe, in Africa, in Latin America, in Southeast Asia. And it's such hubris by America to say we're the only ones. So I'm deeply, deeply worried. Now, the one good thing, I think, the other guy asked me for a good thing, and I've been thinking ever since then to try to come up with one good thing. Look, I suppose if we piss off Europe so much and it helps Europe get its act together with its own economy, that's a good thing. Because a strong European economy is good for the world. So that's my best attempt at a good thing from this administration.
Right. Thank you, Secretary Raimondo. This is Anfield Tam, and I am a law student from Hong Kong. And we're in the 8th year of the trade war with China. We have tariff hikes, export-import controls, the ban on TikTok, perhaps cancellation of visas of Chinese students studying in critical fields. So if you were still the Commerce Secretary, how would you advise the current president on how to correctly manage trade relations with China?
Sorry, the visual of me trying to advise the current president, I'm trying to get my brain around that. Listen, I'll tell you what I think. How do I say this? What I see this administration doing is just making moves with China that are escalatory without even thinking about the next move that China might make. So my view is as follows. The world can't handle, and it's not in U.S. interest, to have a heated conflict with China. We have almost $1 trillion, I don't remember, $700 billion of trade with China, 99% of which is in commodity goods. That's a good thing. And we have to get better at nuance with China. We have to manage this relationship and have a long-term view, operate from a position of strength, and get better at nuance. So what I would do is I'd make America a hell of a lot stronger so that I could go toe-to-toe with China. And then I would not deal with China from a position of arrogance. I would deal with China from a position of strength. I would take them at their word, and I would try to operate in a more nuanced way so we didn't have this constant tit-for-tat, escalate, escalate, escalate. Because right now, I think we're a little bit in a corner. We say 100% tariffs, except till tomorrow we say not. You throw 100% tariffs on China, I'll tell you right now, if they said no Tylenol, penicillin, or various other antibiotics in America, there wouldn't be any. If they decided to take over Taiwan, like, they have a lot of cards to play. So I'd get to the business of strengthening America, including our allies, and deal with them from a much stronger position, and don't try to boss them around, and have a better sense of nuance, which they do.